Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's podcast with me, Mike, and Ian. Say hi, Ian.
Hey everybody, how you doing?
We are going to show you some tricks about Google Slides today. If you don't know about Google Slides, go get a cup of coffee, sit down, and we'll take a little trip together. All right, so let's get started. As you can see on the screen here, I have got my Google Drive up, but I want to make a new Google slide. Again, with Google, everything is done with the plus button. So simply put, Google Slides is Google's version of PowerPoint. Now, this is my favorite Google product. I use it every day. I love it because with Google, everything syncs flawlessly. But with Google Drive being a cloud system, I can create my Google Slides in Google System. It saves automatically, and I have a presentation that's as equal or if not better than PowerPoint.
Mike and I are
So
not of equal minds. I prefer to work in PowerPoint. However, Mike, you can attest to this. Are Google Slides and PowerPoint compatible with each other? If I upload a PowerPoint, can I use it in Google Slides?
yes, they are compatible with one another and they talk to one another. I like Google Slides because of the simplicity. I think Google makes a simple product,
Hmm.
but I know, as Ian was saying, you can do a lot more with PowerPoint. If you take a PowerPoint and you drop it in, so I'm dropping it in here, okay, you'll notice that the PowerPoint is here. If I open this up as a PowerPoint, I have to double click it and download. But if I simply click right click, open with Google Slides, so basically it works the same. Clicker and you put it up on the screen, it'll look almost the same. Sometimes the fonts don't support each other, so you might have to go back in and clean it up a little bit. Any changes that you make in here will automatically be saved to your PowerPoint.
Whoa.
But you can also do the Google Slides and move it into a PowerPoint. So if I just click download, it will automatically convert my Google slide into PowerPoint. So it'll tap down here at the bottom. There you go. So let's go ahead and use Google Slides. Absolutely love Google Slides. It's always important to name your presentation. So we'll call this Mike and Ian's slides. There you go. You have two main toolbars. You've got this toolbar here, that's your commands, file, edit, view, insert, same, basically as any Microsoft program. And then you have the more visible toolbars. There's so many options you can do. Now, some of you are thinking, okay, I'm used to PowerPoint. PowerPoint's what I know. If PowerPoint makes you comfortable and you can put a lesson together pretty quickly with that, then use it. But I challenge you to try Google Slides because you can make the slides a lot faster and you can keep it in your folder without saving it. And my friend here, Ian, is from Northern California. So, Ian, I'm going to give you a report on San Francisco.
Oh man.
Yeah, Ian and I, we are going to collaborate and we're going to do a report on San Francisco. Well, first things first, let me make sure I've given Ian access. So I click share, add Ian here. Now, when I give access, I usually do viewer only. That way people don't change your work. But, trust Ian. Did you get a notification?
Okay, I have this email here. Mike and Ian's slides. How interesting. Oh, he invited me to edit. That's neat. And I am in.
So if your students have Chromebooks or they go to a PC Bang, wherever they work on a project together, everyone can have their own screen. Now, we have this blank canvas here, and I've challenged Ian and I to do a report on San Francisco. Now, one of the things that I've noticed when I go to different schools or when I see different teachers' presentation is the overusage of words. I don't like to see a lot of clutter in my slides. Slides should be simplistic. For every point that you have in English, you should have some type of clip art or image. So I tend to live by the 50-50 rule. Well, since we are going to do San Francisco, let's bring in a beautiful picture of San Francisco. So we click this picture here. You can bring in what you already have saved on your drive. You can click your own photos. You can click search the web. Look at all of these beautiful pictures that come out. So if I click that and click insert, we have a beautiful picture. But Ian, what is the bad thing about this picture?
I would say that the lighting can be improved.
Yeah, definitely the lighting can be improved. It's too short for our
Oh,
presentation.
yeah, look at that white bar right there. That's a very awkward white space.
Yeah, a desert there. We got to get rid of that. And also, the picture itself isn't very high def. There's a site that I like to use called Unsplash. So Unsplash, Unsplash.
Hmm.
And what it is a great picture site. It's free usage. There's no copyright issues. All photographers upload their pictures for free, and then we get to use them. So
Wow.
let's say San Francisco. That is a beautiful picture. Ian, what do you think?
That is a hell of a bridge.
All right, so we'll right click and we'll copy the image or image boxa, paste it in here. Look at that. Fits it perfectly, except for a little bit. But as Ian was saying, the lighting is not good. So I want to give my report a name. So I will go to T for text. I'll put the text box here. You can put the text box anywhere. So as you notice, I'm in the text box. Everything you do in Google will have this blue box to let you know what you're working on. But you know what? I want it to be on the right side. I want it to cover the bridge. Let's do on the right. But Ian, what problem do you see with the title?
It's kind of hard to read, especially over the dark background of the ocean and the island.
Right, I agree. It's hard to see. But guess what? We're going to change that. So we're going to click on the picture. Now the picture is blue. So anything that you're formatting, you always click Format Options. I'll go down here. You can change the position. You can recolor it. Of all these different options here. I'm going to go to Adjustments, and I'm going to change the transparency. I'm going to take it up to, I don't know, that looks. But you know what? I don't like the font. It doesn't make it look like a serious academic report. I'll change it to Lexan Deca. Bam. So now my presentation on San Francisco is in your face, bold, beautiful, and simple. What do you think, Ian?
I would say that's very easy to read and very straightforward and aesthetic.
So here is the fun part, though. Before I hand it over to Ian, I want to liven it up a little bit. So for those of you who don't know, there's a TV show associated with San Francisco, whether it be good or bad, called Full House. So whenever people hear the Full House theme, they think of San Francisco. Am I right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to add some music. Then I'm going to go right here to Insert, Video. Now, because Google owns everything, Google owns YouTube. So YouTube is built in. So we'll do Full House theme. And here we go. I found what I like. It imports it in. But you know what? I don't want to show the video. I just want to hear the music. If I want to show the video, I have a couple options here. I can make this full size to include the size of my screen. And I also click autoplay. The reason why, if I go into present mode, this isn't going to play on its own unless I click the play button. But when you're having a presentation, that doesn't come in handy. So we'll escape out of there, click this, and again, I've got the blue box. So we have got our formatting here. I'm going to click autoplay, which means it'll play automatically. But if you see this start at and end at here, this is awesome. English teachers, you can use this part for English conversations. If you're giving a student part A, another student part B, and you're using a TV show clip, maybe Friends, maybe Full House, you can start the dialogue and stop the dialogue at a certain time. I only want the music, but don't want the video, so I'm going to make it very small so no one can see it. Now, it's Ian's turn.
All right, Mike, I think I still remember my task. You wanted me to share 2 interesting facts about San Francisco.
Bingo!
All right. So the first thing I might have to do is I need to add a new slide, eh?
Yes, sir. Let's show everybody how to do that.
All right. I'm gonna go along with Mike's style, and I'm gonna make a blank slide here. And this time I'm gonna play with shapes. Let's make some shapes. So I need 2 facts. So I'll make two different shapes. One of my favorite tools in slides, or pretty much almost any app, is Control C and Control V because
Amen.
it's a very efficient way to make boxes and shapes and things that are the same size and allows me to organize my space very efficiently. My favorite part of Google Slides are these little red bars that will automatically show me when things are lining up as well.
And I can watch Ian do this in live time from my view.
Okay, I'll center that. Let's make this a little bit larger. Cool. What is some interesting facts about San Francisco? Well, for one,
Good food, sourdough bread.
Lombard Street is the most crooked street in the USA.
True. And it's very pretty too.
The more you know. And my second fact is actually blue jeans. Anybody who likes to wear blue jeans, they were actually invented by a man named Levi Strauss in San Francisco in the 1840s. So if I want to add some images to go along with this, Mike already showed you, I'm going to show you again.
Because I have that image word rule, 50-50.
That's right. Yeah, it's quite crooked, I think. All right. And
Ian, can you show them how to put a border on your picture?
I think I can. So once again, almost everything happens on the format options or under border color. Let's start with a color. I like black. And you can make the border thicker or thinner. Yeah, this works for me.
Yeah, it looks good.
Oh, there we go. Not that part, just the part of me searching for an image. Okay. Let's make a border for this one too, eh?
Yeah, perfect.
You can make custom hues, or I will make this border. I'll make this one dark blue because it's a blue jean.
All right.
Now, once again, I really enjoy the red lines because I can put my little fact boxes and I can center them just right there along the images. And how about a nice background?
And I'm a font monster. I like good, clear, modern fonts. And while Ian's changing his background, I also want to tell you that one of the great things about Google is you can work on Google in Korean. You know, your Korean teacher's teaching English, but if you work faster and more efficiently in Korean, then I encourage you to keep your Google programming in Korean and work that way. Whatever's going to make you work better and faster.
I'm going to use this font called Pacifico because San Francisco's on the Pacific Ocean. And now this font is not the most readable, I think Mike would admit, but I'm quite happy with this slide.
Slide looks good. It matches the cover. Ian, is there a way that teachers can do animations with this?
Oh, I sure can, but I'm going to let you do that.
All right. And again, Ian and I are working on live time. I can see his little face there. So I just want to make this fact here. I want to make it appear not instantly. I want the students to think. So I highlight it. I go to Insert, Animation. There's all these things you can do. Fade in, fade out, fly to the left. I'm just going to say fly in from the left on the click. So you do have to click it. Let's test it out. We'll click play. I click. Bam. So you can just highlight each item that you want. And then when you highlight it, remember in Google, you get that blue edit screen. You just click here, fly out to the bottom, get a preview. That just disappeared. Yeah, the possibilities are endless. But let's go back and take a look at this slide. So we know our topic is San Francisco. We have beautiful, beautiful slides. Thank you to Ian for his contribution. And we don't have to click save. Again, you notice there's no save button because Google is a cloud. You never have to worry about losing your PowerPoints. And I can tell you, I've done that before. I've gone into PowerPoints before, and if you don't click save as or save, your computer freezes, or
you mindlessly click don't save when they click the final X.
Yeah, yes. So for me, Google is amazing. I encourage you to go on here and play around with it, but there are many great things you can do with Google Slides, and they're adding more and more Korean graphics as well. Ian, do you have anything you want to say before we close?
San Francisco is interesting.
San Francisco is interesting, and good food too.
All right, I look forward to seeing you all in Mike's class or in my class.
All right, this is Mike.
And Ian.
And we're signing out. See you later.
Cheers.